Hi guys, welcome to Seeing Within. Look, we look at your vibrational number either from your life path, calculating your full birth date and reducing it to a single digit or a root number. Another is your day number, the day of the month you were born on any given year. Now, if it happens to be a double digit number, we reduce this to a single digit by adding the two numbers together. And lastly, we can use your character or your expression number calculated using your name. Now, there should be links below for that as well. Now, these are all intuitive readings where energy flows at different times for each of us. So, some will be passing these energies, others are going through them, while there'll be another group heading towards it. So, please look back on past readings. A quick note, I meditate and pre-shuffle prior to recording just to save you guys time. So I hope you guys enjoy and let's get started. Hi, we're concentrating on vibration 2. Okay, so for your energy, we have reflection. So Selene is known to be the goddess of the lunar. And this is an energy where it's time to sort of meditate and reflect on what it is that you want. Also, it might be a time where you're listening to your intuition and you just know that when the time is right, you have to move with it and you have to flow with it. And normally it comes at a time when you're sort of weighing between ideas and proposals and what have you. So you sort of you have something in sight, but you're weighing on maybe the way to get there, the best move to take, and how it's going to be achieved. But if we sort of clarify it, we're clarifying it here with the Six of Swords and the King of Spears. So when we have a look at these two energies, we're looking at an energy with you're mentally prepared now to make this move. You're mentally prepared to move on. Whether you've got help in moving on with this, or you're just you're making plans behind the scenes to move on to it. And I feel it's something that that you're really passionate about, and it's something you want to hold on to. It's something that you've got like I feel like you feel you need to have a tight grip on it. So you feel you need to move towards it to keep that grip on it. And you feel the passion is sort of I don't know, for some reason I'm just getting the passion is sort of unbearable. It's like you just feel you have to move now for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm just getting you have to move now, and it's something that you need to get a grip of, or you feel you need to get a grip of, and you need a tight grip on it. Okay, so if we look at the outside influence here, we're looking at the influence here where rivalry comes along, and this card comes along when someone feels they need to step out of the mundane side of life. They feel that they need their freedom from the restrictions of everything else that's holding them back. It's also a time where people are re-evaluating, their freedom and what their freedom means to them and what their freedom can offer them. And if we look at what sort of clarifies that, we have the Fool and we have the King, or the Knight of Spears. So the Fool is all about freedom. The Fool is all about taking a leap of faith, having seen the bigger picture and making the bold move to the bigger picture. without any restrictions, is seeing a new beginning. So and then when that's coupled with the Knight of Swords, that's someone also making movement to the new beginning. So you have an outside influence that is also moving to a new beginning, where they're away from the everyday pressures of life. They're they're wanting total freedom out of this now. And with that, they're prepared, or they're seeing the bigger picture, and they're prepared to move forward with it. And they're coming in quite passionately. So you've got an outside influence here that is coming in quite passionately. So if we look at the combined energies here, we have harmony. Now, harmony is about, I look at it as two minds coming together, or two very different minds coming together. If you see up in the sky there, we have the female energy and the male energy. So who can think quite differently. And harmony is about putting two heads together and working together, working it out, and combining the energies where they intertwine with each other to bring about that peacefulness. If there has been a rift, if there has been some despair or what have you, the necklace she's putting around her is letting her know that it's all sorted now. Peace is here, and we've sorted it out. And it's almost like an emblem of peace. If we look at the two cards that sort of clarify that, we have the Four of Spears and the Seven of Spears. So the Four of Spears is all about celebration, coming together, having that stability. If you want to get, if we look at the Tower, it means marriage, it means family, it means home. But most of all, it means a coming together, a celebration, stability, and that, as I said, is backed up with a harmony there. And then we've got the Seven of Spears. So to me, in this deck, the Seven of Spears is more about intervention, divine intervention. Seven being all about spirituality and being on the spiritual path. Now, if you have a really good look at this card here, you'll see that they're being watched over by spirits and the pillars there. So it's where you've got strength, you've got foundation, but it's sort of blessed. It's blessed with spirits watching over you. It's a time of peace, harmony, reflection. Everything that this card denotes is shown in this card here. But it's just saying that it is backed up by spirit. But if you look at this card is also backed up by spirit, because you have the feminine energy and the male energy, spirits looking down upon her. So it's almost like it's a total blessing. If we ask for the advice, which really, I'm not even sure why we're asking for the advice, because the combined connection between the two of you, as I said, is like a blessing. But so two cards came out here. So we got renewal and summer fruits here. But without going too much into depth of what the two cards mean, I'm just drawing out the feminine energy, which to me is all about nurturing. So the advice is the nurturing, the connection here, the growth. If you keep nurturing this relationship, it will always produce new growth for you. It will always produce the fruits that you need. It will always produce a lightheartedness. The renewal too is about remembering where you, to me in this card, it's about remembering where you've come from. And maybe the reason why I say that, because I'm looking at the High Priestess and the Nine of Spears. Now, if I look at these two cards, this is a very intuitive person, extremely intuitive, but it's like she remembers where she comes from. She remembered how bad it was, and how a sunny day can turn into a storm of a day. But it's like keeping your cool, keeping your calm, and being connected to the divine, and allowing yourself to be divided to the divine, and having that faith with the that everything will be fine, and that outlook on life that everything will be fine, because it's, to me, I feel like you've already been through the hardest times together, and this is where harmony is now. And this is where your celebration, where you're being looked upon and blessed upon. And it's given you guys that sense of freedom, to be able to see the bigger picture now. I'm just going backwards to see the bigger picture now, and to go through with that with passion. And then if we look at, again, using the intuition, and riding through the lows, and sailing through the nights, the darkness, to hold on to what it is that you're not prepared to let go of. Okay, look, I hope this makes sense to a few of you out there, and you get something out of it. Okay, that's great, and we'll see you next time. Namaste.